Hello there everyone and welcome here to Pocono, the tricky triangle here in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania, as we're getting set to go green for round number 15 of the ARCA Axalta Racing Series as we reach the final stretch here on the season. After the last round at Dover, it was Dylan Young capturing the win in overtime. Points have been recalculated after Dover. And as this sits, Ashland Boyd is your points leader over Boston Jones. And this is Cody Goforth, Derek Hamill, and Stephen Cologne. That is your top 5 in the standings. New pole sitter today, Chad Foster in the 54 grabs the pole. As we get our commands right there. And once again, I do apologize. The sound audio of the original video is a bit low, so I do want to apologize about that. But the engines have been fired up here. And drivers now getting set to roll off the grid as there they go. Everyone looks like they will get going. So Chad Foster is your surprise pole sitter today, and another other guys who are up here as well, including the 30 of David Rimmer and a couple other guys as well. Last time we were out here at Pocono, it was Cody Goforth capturing the win. Byron Bell will start to the outside pole, and there's David Rimmer right there in the third, and Collins out to his outside. Patrick Smith is behind them, along with Raymond Fisher as well. Dylan Young, you see Cody Goforth right there on the inside in that one car. So Pocono, usually a fuel mileage race depending on how the race goes. So conserving your fuel is a must here at Pocono. There's Cody Goforth, one here last time out. He'll be the first one to get to sweep Pocono if he can do it here again today. Couple of guys who are there's Ashland Boyd, who, as I mentioned, is your points leader. He is 50 points ahead of Boston Jones, or 55 points rather ahead of Boston Jones, who's actually right there behind him in the 10. There's the 8 of 𝙉𝙊𝙍𝙇𝘼. He needs a really good run here today, as he's last couple races have not been kind to 𝙉𝙊𝙍𝙇𝘼. Says after a flip last race at Dover, blew his engine out there at Denver. And I can't even remember what else happened during the other races, but he's just been on a really bad streak here. But he's hoping for some good luck here today in that A car for that A team. They only have one win this season, one out there in Vancouver. They're still looking for another win on the season. A couple of guys back there. But here we go. Pace car has rolled off. Chad Foster capturing his first pole. The rookie will lead us to the green, as here we go. We're green and racing at the tricky triangle. As they go up through the gears, flying down into corner number 1. Really tricky corner, but I think they should be okay since it is the start of the race. A lot of drivers we saw in practice and qualifying sliding up in the center of the corner, so we're going to have to look out for that here today. For the lead, maybe we'll see 3 wide. Nope, David Rimmer thinks twice of it. This corner, of course, a really tricky corner, has always been for these guys. They slide, and there they go. Chad Foster up into the race leader. And everyone makes it out of corner number 1. Byron Bell with the race lead. Foster second. David Rimmer third. Guys who are usually in the back had a really good qualifying run. And they're up here contending for this race lead. Byron Bell, the rookie, still looking for his first win, by the way. A fan favorite to win here at Pocono today, as he leads lap 1. And everyone seems content so far. I see a bit of 3 wide action back there. 3 wide right here. Stephen Cologne, the 25 as well. A bit of contact. More contact is being made. Cars around in the back. And I believe I saw the 8 go around. Yellow flag is out. It is, and 𝙉𝙊𝙍𝙇𝘼 again. 3rd race in a row, will not finish the race. Oh, careful. More drivers sliding up. Patrick Smith in the 98. These guys make it off the corner right there. The yellow flag is out, though. Had a wreck over there in corner 1. See if these guys make it back to the yellow flag without any issues, hopefully. And it looks like they will. So Byron Bell in the 11 will come across and lead them under the yellow. So yellow flag flies for the first time. Multiple drivers involved, including the 8 of 𝙉𝙊𝙍𝙇𝘼, and his bad luck streak continues. Roberto Crown Jr. looks like he was involved as well. As we're going to go back and take a look at this here. Wow, there were 4 wide. Konstantinovic in the 12. What the heck is he doing? The 7 also of or actually, these guys were going 5 wide. Konstantinovic, that was him right there. He gets into the 7 of Roger James Jr., who went up into Nathan Fisher, and then the 8 right there, who gets hit by the 18. Not sure what Konstantinovic was thinking right there. It's way too aggressive, or way too early to be aggressive, and it's right there. He just dumped the 7 right there, and they actually got away with it. And then these guys all trying to avoid the wreck. They went down to the... Oh! Oh! This is a much more serious crash than I thought. Up and over, twirling Jamie Jones and the 16 of Reader. Wow, that looked really bad. Oh my goodness, look at that. And look at Jamie Jones. Singleton also collected, and so this was definitely a more serious crash, it looks like here. As another look at it in real time, watch the 16 hits that barrier right there and then gets into the 48, sends him flying and twirling. So, oh man, wow, riding on Dwayne Singleton here in the 69.
Big Rick. Stay low, stay low.
Oh my goodness. That is a terrible crash.
Talk to us, bud. You okay, buddy?
Wow, okay, so red flag is out. We'll be back here at Pocono. Welcome back here to Pocono for round number 15 of 20 of the ARCA Axalta Racing Series, as we're getting ready to go back green after a period of red flag. Had a really massive crash out there at the exit of turn 1. 3 drivers have been taken to the local hospital here around the Pocono track area. Steve Reader in a 16, after smashing into the barrier, he's been airlifted to the local hospital, along with Jamie Jones in the 40, and the 69 of Dwayne Singleton has also been taken to our local hospital. So more news on that when it arrives to us. But we are back underway here at Pocono, led by Byron Bell. Chad Forrest in the 54, looking really quick here today, along with the 30 of David Rimmer, who's right there behind him. Those guys had really great qualifying efforts. Oh, car out there, down to the inside is Chase Green in the 35. May have had contact with the wall, may have gotten turned or something, not sure. As he does have some... Oh, we got to work another car around. Hard into the inside wall, the 71 of Reader. That's the other Reader of Anthony Reader. Yellow flag is out immediately. As they race it back to the line, once again, Byron Bell will lead in the 11. Yellow flag is out once again, our second yellow of the day, and looks like it's another big one. 71 Reader just completely destroyed the rear end. Just gonna go back here. Looks like contact with Timothy Lee in a 55. As it looks like 71 may have gotten sideways out of the corner and then came down. I think that's what happened. And then look at this. Rear end first into that heavy I don't even think there's any safer barrier down there, and that's a really nasty hit. Comes back up on the track, thankfully, into no one, and then kind of rear ends the wall again. And that is a really, really heavy hit. Another look at it here. Yeah, he got a bit sideways out of the corner, but it looks like a 55 also came up as well, and then 55, of course, just fully turned him, trying to avoid getting into that inside wall, and then the big hit right there. Comes flying back across the track, just like straight across too, and rear ends the wall again. That is Pocono will be remodeled after this season, thankfully, but oh man, that's a really, really big hit. Another look at it in real time here. That is a really, really massive hit, and we're hearing he did climb out of the car under his own power, though he did sat next to his car. That's really good news. But yellow flag is out after pit stop. Cody Goforth is your race leader. Welcome back here, everyone, to the tricky triangle that is Pocono, as we're getting set to go back green. We are just past halfway through this race. After pit stops, Cody Goforth is your race leader. He will lead them to the green. And as I mentioned, Goforth, he won this race earlier this season, trying to win it again. But here comes Boston Jones, the guy who's been talked about most every single race, trying to get it done once again as he goes to the inside for the race lead. 51 having a really good run. The 48 is, or not the 48, the 40 is up here of Dallas Jordan as well. Collins is up here. See Dylan Young right there. See the 30 of David Rimmer. To the inside once again for the race lead. Slides up, gets into Goforth. Just a bit of contact behind him. Dallas Jordan goes around. Oh, and it's going to be a big crash. There's going to be a big pileup back there. Yellow's going to be out again. Boston Jones has taken the late race lead, and it's a big pileup back here. Multiple drivers with damage. But it's going to be the Toyota number 10 of Dallas, or not Dallas, Boston Jones, leading them to the yellow. I believe this is for the third time today. I'm just going to go back and see what happened. Looks like Shorter just kind of lost it going into the corner, just slipped up into Collins in the 3 and then slams that outside wall. And that's going to give some damage definitely to the 3, and then went around in front of everyone. Fisher was able to squeak on by. Valiant Moscow in the 41 goes around. Andy Dwyer rather with damage in that 15. Carter Joe in the 22 goes around. Konstantinovich. Timothy Lee, he's collected in this one. The 07 of Tyler Mills back there. Samuel Oskin also got held up, but yellow flag is out once again. Boston Jones is your race leader. We'll be back here at Pocono. Welcome back here to Pocono, getting set to go back green here. Late race. Boston Jones is your race leader. A ton of drivers out of the race after that one. Cody Goforth lines up behind him in second. Byron Bell third. 51 of Hogan is there in fourth. And the 30 of David Rimmer. That is your top 5. Dylan Young, Zachary DeLello, Collins, and Trey Tatum along with Chad Foster. That's the rest of your top 10. The green flag waves. It'll be 3 to go when they come back across the stripe. A yellow flag now will put us into overtime. Side by side for the race lead. Goforth now on the attack. Back here, they're all a bit bunched up 3 wide. Trey Tatum in the 77 making some moves. So he goes 3 wide with Young and Collins right there. A lot of guys who's back here with heavy damage from that last wreck. Pashul and others. Tatum continues to roll it 3 wide, but this is a very dangerous area to do so as he gets into the 3. And they make it off the corner. So they make it off the corner that time by. Jones leads over Bell. It's been those two mostly. Goforth has fallen into 3rd. David Rimmer showing up in the picture. He's battling right there for 4th, trying to get the 3rd position. 2 or 3 to go at the line. Car going at pit road. That is the 28 of Randy Mayhew. Had a really good run out there at Dover. Could have won the race. Could have, would have, should have won that race. Side by side for the race lead once again. Bell now on the attack. Just don't slide up in front of the 10. Byron Bell, he's been up there racing for these wins as of late. Just has not been there to get it. Things could change here at Pocono. You see Mills right, or not Mills, that's the 30 of Rimmer making moves. He slides up into the corner, gets into Goforth right there. Bit and the leaders wreck. D11 goes around, the leaders are wrecking. Dylan Young, Cody Goforth. And overtime, it looks like, is going to be the deal here at Pocono. The 10. Boston Jones out of corner number 3 is going to lead him back to the line. Yellow flag is out. We're going in overtime again. 2nd straight race here for overtime. This time led by the 10. But the race leaders just wrecked. Dylan Young with heavy damage. Cody Goforth doesn't look like he's going to sweep Pocono this time around. But what on earth just happened? Byron Bell just shot it in the corner and trying to clear the 10. He just wasn't clear. And then right there, gets into the 10 and into the outside wall. Dylan Young trying to avoid it. Just couldn't. Gets into the back of Byron Bell right there. And he goes around. He has damage. And Goforth getting clipped at the last second. Fisher also collected in this incident. He has heavy damage. And there are definitely going to be some retirees after this, I can tell you that. But Looks like we are going in overtime here with Boston Jones as your race leader. David Rimmer will line up second, and just to show you where everyone else will finish, only 20 cars looks like will get to start here in overtime, maybe less if anyone else retires. Nathan Fisher with no fuel as he retired out of the race, but we're going in overtime here once again for the second race in a row. So that being said, going to take our final break here, and we'll be back for overtime. Welcome back here to Pocono. You're watching the ARCA Axalta Racing Series. We are going in overtime here once again after the incident with the race leaders. Boston Jones trying to get another win added to his name here this season. He's already won multiple times. He's won 3 times this season, trying to make it for David Rimmer. He could get his first win along with Jimmy Hogan. So those are 2 guys, the 30 and the 51, to look out for. A lot of guys who hasn't won this season is up here, including the 32 right there, Derek Hamill. Collins is right there to the outside looking for another win. 𝙉𝙊𝙍𝙇𝘼 is also up here. Here we go. 2 laps to do it. If they wreck before they come into the white and the yellow comes out, the race is over. Whoever's leader at the line is the race winner. We're green. Already see some guys making moves right there down to the middle, to the inside is where you want to be, really. Just got to be careful in turn 2 not to slide up. And this corner 2, as 𝙍𝙍 nearly did right there. How about the 7, who got into that first incident? He's up here. He could get a finish as Roger James Jr. for the race lead. The 30 of David Rimmer has been having a miserable season so far, trying to take the race lead. They make contact back there. Will they make it out of the corner? They do. We will make it back to the white, it looks like. David Rimmer in the 30, trying to get it done. And Boston Jones, he has company by the 3 of Collins as well. These 3 guys trying to break away from Hamill and the others. At the line, 1 to go.
White flag this time.
White flag here at Pocono. We're going to finish this thing on the green. If they wreck, it doesn't matter. Jimmy Hogan trying to go underneath for, I believe, what is the 4th position. And now they go side by side once again. Here comes Collins in the 3 trying to spoil the party for the 30. Still side by side out of the corner. Flying down the backstretch they go. David Rimmer looks like he had a bit of an advantage down the backstretch, but not the preferred line. Here they go once more. The 10 pushes the 30. They make contact. More contact is being made. And again, and they wreck behind him. Foster's around the 20 as well. That doesn't matter. Into the final corner. Will they go 3 wide? As the 3 of Mitchell Collins trying to pull an upset. And out of the final corner, Mitchell Collins. Does he get it? He does. Mitchell Collins steals the win away from David Rimmer, who was on his way to his first career win. It's not going to happen. What a defeat, and what a run by Collins. Captures his 2nd win here this season. And this is his 3rd career win overall. He now becomes the 5th different driver to have 3 wins here in ARCA Series. So close for David Rimmer in that 30. Boston Jones, he gets 3rd, top 3 run for him, but Mitchell Collins, he gets it done here today. David Rimmer, his best finish ever, is going to be 2nd runner-up for him. Boston Jones, Derek Hamill, and Jimmy Hogan, that is your top 5. 𝙉𝙊𝙍𝙇𝘼, Roger James Jr., how about that? P7. And only a 2nd start here. And Carter Joey, Trey Tatum, and David 𝙍𝙍, that's your top 10. Vale Masca, Ashlyn Boyd, Randy Mayhew, and Chad Foster. That is the rest of the drivers. Only 14 drivers did restart here because more drivers did retire and they did not make it back. But we're going to go back and look at what happened here. It looks like just that corner, these guys just can't seem to get it right. Foster goes around Collins and Mayhew along with Vale Masca again. And that didn't even matter because the race was already in the white flag stage. So Tough break for those guys. They still get a top 15, but Mitchell Collins in the number 3 gets his 3rd win of his career, his 2nd on the season. Great job by Collins right there. This should help him tremendously in the standings as he burns it down. This is his 1st win here at Pocono. And Collins, who came into this race 6th in the standings. He was 159 points out of the points lead, so that should change here as we see points after this race. Thank you guys for watching the ARCA race here at Pocono. Congratulations to Mitchell Collins on the win. As next round, we head into the final stretch. Next round is our first of 2 road courses, as we head to Sawmill, then Richmond, Watkins Glen, then Nashville, and then of course the finale out there at Atlanta. Congratulations to Collins on the win. Here is your standings after round 15.
But it just burned my life so up and said, boy, you gotta let